less than 2 weeks, there will be a 7-star Cinderace raid. Like listed down here, it will start on the 30th of December and then end on the 1st of January. But don't worry, if you stop beating the game, like let's just say you got it for Christmas and you just want to beat the game and go through it slowly, you have another 2 weeks, and you have another 2 weeks till then, where you can do it on the 13th through the 15th. So, I have tried to predict the moveset of the said Cinderace for this raid, so I'll bring it up in Showdown over here. And I'll explain each thing. So, you see right here? So, it's a fighting Terra type. Let's go to this one first. Alright, so this Cinderace you see right here. Let me close this tab over here. This Cinderace, I'm predicting it will have Gunk Shot. Why do you have Gunk Shot? Because you remember in the Charizard raid how it had Focus Blast, and I believe that Focus Blast was there to cover Ice types, or any other type that was super effective against it that it could cover. So I believe that the Cinderace will carry Gunk Shot for Fairy types, just because of like type coverage. Yeah, and I also think that these two moves right here, Terra Blast and Pyro Bill, are guaranteed. Terra Blast because Charizard had Terra Blast, and Cinderace doesn't really get any great fighting moves. Besides High Jump Kick, I predict that to be on the list as well in the next Cinderace. And Pyro Ball, because it would be kind of stupid if you didn't give Cinderace its signature move. Also, I believe it will have Acrobatics because it's a 110 base attack since Cinderace is an old item. Just because of that, it's good. Just because Charizard had Hurricane, even though it has bad accuracy, it had high base power. They tend to put higher base power moves onto the Pokemon that the Pokemon have. Alright, let's go into this next moves it will have. I also believe it will have Court Change. What this basically does, if you haven't used it before, is it basically gets everything from one side and brings it to their side. So basically, a big thing of raids is Reflect or Light Screen, and the biggest problem we'll face is if our Reflector Light Screen gets taken by the Cinderace. So a taunt might be needed, I don't know yet, but I believe it'll have Court Change just because Charizard had Sunny Day. I also think Cinderace will have High Jump Kick, because this is the most powerful fighting type move it will have. Because as a Terra type of fighting, and with High Jump Kick, you can do 120 base power as seen right here. I also think Cinderace will have Flare Blitz, just because it's the physical fire attack that Cinderace has that does the same amount of damage as Pyro Ball. You may ask why? Because they did it with Charizard with Overheat and Inferno. Inferno is worse than Overheat in my opinion, just because Inferno isn't that accurate, but they did it with Charizard anyways. I also think Cinderace will have Bulk Up rather than any other move. It might be Bulk Up or Sucker Punch, but I don't really expect that because the most that Charizard had was 4 moves, which was Terra type, base stab types, and then coverage. Those are the only things that Charizard usually had. But if we're going by that rule, I believe it would be Bulk Up just because, well, I already broke the rule with Acrobatics, so never mind that. But I believe it's Bulk Up just because the fighting move pool is pretty bad. And as you remember, the Charizard had 2 moves that were Dragon, that were its Terra type, being Dragon Pulse and Terra Blast. You may say Terra Blast doesn't count. Then yeah, I guess not. But like the Terra type for this one is fighting and Terra Blast with effect, so it might not be Bulk Up, but I'm thinking it's Bulk Up. If not, I'm predicting it's Sucker Punch, just because it gives more coverage to Psychic, and that'd be a pain in the ass just because we have 2 other Psychic types that are, or 2 Psychic types that are important to this raid. So, in my opinion, Armarouge is probably the best Pokemon for this raid, just because of this type matchup. It resists the Terra type, and it actually just has an immunity to fire, meaning that Cinderace can't hit it with Pyro Ball or Flare Blades at all. It's really powerful. And yeah, so this is a solo concept. Here I have Expanding Force, Psychic Terrain, Calm Mind, Reflect. So what you would want to do is start the first turn off with Psychic Terrain, and then use your Terrain Extender since it lasts for 8 turns, because you want that damage boost out for a while. unless you can also run Light Clay if you want more defense. But you should do Psychic Terrain, Reflect, then Calm Mind a couple of times, and then you can spam Expanding Force until it dies solo. Now, let's go on to the concept for the team build. Like, you're playing with your 4 friends, yeah, all that jazz. So, here you go. This one I made with Expanding Force, Taunt, Calm Mind, and Reflect. Taunt is only if Cinderace has an annoying coverage move like Bulk Up, or what do you call it? Has Bulk Up, either has Bulk Up or Core Change. Or any other status move that's annoying and could jeopardize the raid. Taunt would be useful in the team. You might want to also run Taunt on your solo Armarouge instead of Reflect if you're willing to take the damage risk. But then you also have the Calm Mind and Reflect. On this one, I would either run Light Clay or Life Orb depending on what you want to do with damage. Keep in mind, I built these off of what I thought is there. I might be wrong completely. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments below. Yeah, alright. And now I'm going to show you the best support Pokemon for this raid. I got a bunch of these ideas on the Pokemon to use and different Pokemon for this raid off the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Discord. Shout out to the people in raid discussion. If you have the chance, join the Discord, as I put in the description below. So, what we have here is the best support Pokemon for teams in this raid. It's Slowbro. This also has good matchups against Cinderace's Terra type and its base type. And it also has good matchups against the coverage moves, except Sucker Punch. But hopefully your Slowbro can tank through Sucker Punch. So the moves here, we have Chilling Water, Heal Pulse, Psychic Terrain, Helping Hand. So first with Chilling Water, Cinderace has a monster's attack stat, and lowering it by 1 stage is pretty good because you can wall it out with the Slowbro or Armarouge or any other Pokemon you have on the field. Heal Pulse to heal the Armarouge or other attackers. What would make Slowbro even better is if it has, what do you call it, Life Dew, but that's why you have the leftovers, so you can heal yourself. You can't really heal yourself if you maybe run some healing cheers, but yeah, that could work too. It also has a Psychic Terrain to set up for Armarouge, just so it can use Expanding Force, and then Helping Hand to further expand the damage that Expanding Force does. Now, let me cover a question that a lot of people have. Will the Terra type be changed? Will it keep getting changed by Libero? No, it won't. You want to know why? Because Protein doesn't work with Libero. I mean, not Libero. Protein doesn't work during Terrasolized. It would be a bit broken if you could keep Terrasolizing and changing your type to a different stab in Terra, because Terra's already pretty broken. But yeah, thank you. This is my concept guide on what I think the Cinderace will be like. So if you have any suggestions or got more teams, I'm probably gonna make a couple of more of these videos later on the week. Please drop them in the description below or the comments below.